Training Factory. So we're doing the STF live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, since we're in Florida.
Yes.
And it's a show that we're doing for you guys, but also it's going to be a podcast on iTunes and Google Play and everything like that.
That's right. We actually have two cameras going on, so if you see us kind of like looking left and right, we're not going crazy. We actually have two different cameras. So, but we're super stoked to be here and actually have the opportunity to do this. Today's actually a perfect day in Florida because it is cold and stormy. Yeah, it's not good at all, but we're here, we're doing it, and we hope you guys all enjoy it. If you're a beginner surfer, if you're an intermediate surfer, even an advanced surfer, you can benefit from some of the things that we're gonna be talking about.
100%. So today's subject is the health benefits of surfing, the physical, the mental, and the emotional benefits of surfing.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So there's a lot of it actually, but before all that, like surfing is a lifestyle.
It sure is.
Yeah, it's the way you do everything. If you really, really love it, you're gonna revolve. Your world is gonna revolve around surfing, which is actually our motto.
It is.
Our world revolves around surfing. Everything we're thinking about, anytime we're thinking about a vacation, any kind of training, any kind of physical activity. If I have to go to the gym and work out, it's gonna be something related to surfing, so I can improve that skill as well.
Right. We're always driving around finding that perfect wave at any time there's swell. We're very grateful when there's swell because it's not often here. We haven't had a decent swell in a while, but this week apparently,
This week apparently, this is the week that everybody's traveling to Puerto Rico to surf.
True. There's the Corona Pro. Well, it just ended, the Corona Pro. But everybody's going there because it's spring break too. So.
Yeah, so it's a good opportunity to go and travel. Spring break starts actually.
Well, no, it's this week right now.
This week right now.
Most people is this week.
Right.
So surfing is more. It's an art.
Is it a little chi-chi?
Yeah, chi-chi. Hey, we need a little bit of help, right? So surfing is like an art and a sport, right? Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. Well, and also because some people will take it as a fun thing, like an art that they do, and some people are going to take it into the sport spectrum of things, right? They're going to want to compete and everything, which is your case, right? And I love free surfing and traveling everywhere for free surfing.
I mean, I like free surfing, but I like to compete. It keeps me going.
Right, 100%. I like to help you guys get ready for competition physically and mentally, so it's something that works out really well for all of us here in the Surf Training Factory, which is one of the things that we mainly focus on, is that physical strength and conditioning and mental training for surfing.
Right. And surfing looks really easy, right? When you see those professional surfers on video, like the new video of Italia Ferreira doing like a rodeo, that's crazy. It looks so easy. It's not that easy.
No, that's not that easy.
It's not.
Yeah, and if you're starting out, you definitely don't want to gauge yourself, Obviously look up to these people because you can only look up to them to get better.
100%.
But you shouldn't go, hey, I'm gonna go and do that right now.
Because I've been trying to do a layback for like 3 years and it hasn't worked.
You know what? But with the layback, you start doing it and you start with a stay back because you don't come back up. So if you guys don't know what a layback is, one of our blog posts talks about the different maneuvers. You guys can check it out.
Yes,
but it's more of a stay back, right? Because you lean back and you don't come back up. So.
No, you stay in the water.
Correct. Awesome. So the first thing we're going to be talking about, right, the benefits of surfing, the actual paddling is what we want to focus on.
Right, the physical benefits of surfing is huge. It involves all of your muscles, your core, your legs, your arms, like literally everything.
Yes.
When you're paddling, it's your upper body and your lower back, your upper back, your shoulders.
Yeah, you're specifically
so much.
The muscles you're working mainly when you're in the paddle. Obviously, your core is always engaged, right? Because you're in a thin board and the water's uneven, but you're working on your rhomboids, major and minor, your trapezius, your latissimus dorsi. So all of those are the major muscles in the back that you're engaging to paddle. And there was a study done in 1999 and a study done in 2015 that we spent about 40 to 45% of surfing paddling.
Oh, I believe it, because you need a paddle to get out to the lineup.
Yep.
You need a paddle to catch a wave. You need a paddle to get out of a harm's way, which is very important when it's like a big swell and you need to get out of that impact zone.
Yeah.
it's huge. You really need to step it up and really paddle as hard as you can. Or when a big wave is coming in and you really don't want to get it on your head,
That's
you're paddling as hard as you can to avoid that.
That's right. For you guys that are like new at surfing, you see the white water pretty much is chasing the surfer, right? They're trying to do their moves as close to that lip, to that white water, that little pocket as much as possible. But what's going on is as they're going to that open face and they're surfing the open face, you need to paddle towards the white water, okay? And that is paddling out of harm's way. So yeah, you're kind of sacrificing yourself. You see the open wave and you're like, I'm gonna go that way. That's a lot easier. I might not even have to duck dive. I could just paddle over it. But there's a person surfing in the surf etiquette. You don't do that. You paddle towards the white water. So you're putting yourself in harm's way of the white water to duck dive, but you're not in harm's way of the surfer, which is going to hurt a lot more getting ran over by a surfboard than it would, duck diving in the white water. So yeah, that's one of the ways to get out of harm's way. And we've known many people that got stuck on rip currents and just constantly had to paddle. It was like the water treadmill. And the paddling is very, very important. And the mental kicks in too when you're not getting out of that same spot, or you're close to a rock and you just can't give up.
Not giving up, yeah, for sure. It's happened plenty of times that we paddle and there's rocks behind
100%.
us. And you really have to paddle or else you're gonna get hit by those rocks.
Yeah, but one thing that's changing, and it's actually pretty huge and it's awesome to actually see that, is these studies were made in 99 and 2015 about the paddling, but wave pools. That's going to change it completely.
You don't paddle as much,
No.
that's for sure. There's jet ski picking you up, or you're walking back.
No, the wave is coming. You just wait to do a couple of strokes, and you're on the wave.
Well, the Calislated wave pool in California, they're actually paddling hard to get on the wave.
Yeah.
When we go to Typhoon Lagoon in Orlando, we paddle hard to get on the wave, but the rest, we're just walking back. So.
Right. So then, what's going to happen is the most used muscle groups are going to change.
100%.
Paddling is always going to be there, and obviously if you don't have a yearly membership to one of these wave pools, or you can't afford to go to Typhoon Lagoon every single day, which is
cheap.
No, with a group of like 20 people.
I think it was $110 or
something like that. 100,
and you only get
10,
like 20 waves
per person, which in Florida is not a bad number.
Well, I guess so, but when you live in those tropical places, you're always catching the
100%. Yeah, and we're looking to go to Costa Rica soon, so
yes,
that's gonna change completely how much we're gonna paddle and how much longer we're gonna spend on a wave compared to Florida, which are shorter waves.
Yes, 100%. So the exercises, when you guys stand up on the board, right, and you're very unstable, okay, and now it's not all about your shoulders and your back anymore because you're standing up. So it has nothing to do with your paddling muscles anymore. Now you have to strengthen other muscles like your legs and your core, right?
Yes, which exactly moves us on to the next topic that we have within the benefits of surfing and the health benefits of surfing, which is your whole entire body. And that's exactly what she's talking about now. When you stand up on a surfboard, it's very unstable.
Right.
Once you stood up, your back muscles they're obviously engaging your shoulders and everything like that, but
100%.
not as much as your legs and your core, your abs and your lower body, your lower back muscles, your obliques. That's gonna make a huge impact on you. That trunk rotation from side to side. So what are some of the good equipments you recommend for that?
I love to use the Bowie ball. It's kind of like a stability ball and it's flat on one side. I love that equipment. I also love the Indo board and the stability ball. I mean, you can do so much with all these three equipment. But at first, when you're just starting out, you really don't need equipment. I mean, you can just be doing bodyweight workouts without any problem.
I recommend that for everybody. Yeah, if you're starting out now in surfing, definitely spend all your time with body weight. Make sure you master your own body weight first with pull-ups. Like, first of all, pull-ups. You're gonna start doing lat pulls down or something else. If you can't even do pull-ups, you should start doing negative pull-ups, meaning hang yourself up and let yourself go down slowly. This is how we actually teach kids to be able to do pull-ups, is actually doing negatives first and then jumping onto that. So if you're brand new to surfing, again, all these guys, Felipe Toledo, Gabriel Medina, Julian Wilson, There was that girl, that video that you saw.
Tatiana Weston-Webb and Nikki Peterson do a lot of workouts too.
So a lot of unstable workouts, but these are all on the WSL Pro Tour.
They're all on this championship tour. I mean,
so their body's already used to all that.
Yeah.
You don't just as a beginner go jumping into this functional training, which is phenomenal, but when you're new, you can seriously get hurt. You need to build a better body with your body weight first.
Right, but you don't need to lift weights. There's a lot of people that think that they need to lift weights and they need to be strong. There's plenty of times that those guys that are really strong try to go surf and they don't even make it out of the lineup, right?
Yeah, but when we're talking about strong and stuff is mainly, when you go to the gym, and this is a problem that we have, unfortunately, with surfing and specifically, unless you're ahead of the game and you're already in the WSL and you're a trainer for some of those guys, is that
nobody really knows what to do.
That's right. They're going to the gym and they kind of do the bodybuilding Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. They're curling, they're doing the military press, which those are all good workouts. But the thing is, you're working out to build big muscles, like bodybuilding, and that's not what you want to do in surfing. You don't look at any of those guys. Some of those guys might be ripped, but they're not swole. They're not diesel, and that's gonna make it harder for you to move. You need to be limber, you need to be flexible.
You need to be lean, for
sure. To be able to surf longer, not gas out, right? The more muscle you have, the more lactic acid you're gonna build up, the more exhausted you're gonna be paddling. So that's why we see a lot of the big muscle guys or ladies gas out just on a paddle out, trying to get out there to the lineup.
Yeah, so if you're gonna start working out, make sure you do less weight and more reps, right? You don't lift heavy weights and then rest.
Yeah, no need to do max bench presses or stuff like that.
No.
It's really not gonna help you in surfing tremendously. Weights is important, you do build muscle with it, but
not too heavy.
If you're already at another level, you can definitely follow that.
Yeah, HIIT workouts are a great one. Tabata workouts, if you're more into the workout.
I love HIIT workouts.
Yeah. I love it too.
They're quick, get it out of the way. Your heart rate is going the whole entire time. You can add a lot of paddling type training for that too.
100%.
And swimming is essential for surfing. It is. It mimics us really, really well.
Yeah, especially
just
if you lose
freestyle
your
strokes. Yeah, especially if you lose a surfboard.
And now you don't have your flotation device. You need to know how to swim.
Right, because even though we're surfers and some of us surf with a leash, right? Some of us don't, and you lose that board and it's a big swell, you're swimming in. And if you don't feel comfortable, then you're gonna have a problem because you can get stuck in a rip where you're just in that water treadmill again and you're not going anywhere, and then your mental kicks in. I can't do it. I'm not gonna make it, and that's when you're in trouble.
Well, and that leads us to our third subject: the mental and emotional benefits of surfing. It's
Correct.
huge. It's working out. Everybody knows that working out reduces stress and improves your mood, and you're more productive and everything like that. But it's honestly the same thing for surfing.
Yeah, same exact thing.
It's very stress relieving.
You need to have a regimen, and if you're blessed and you're somewhere where you're surfing all the time, every day, 4 hours, then that's awesome. That's your practice.
And I'm very jealous, just saying.
Yes, that is true. But that is your practice. You're blessed with those waves all the time. But on the other side, living in Florida is not so bad either, because it actually makes us train all the little aspects that we can for surfing, which is gonna make us better too, which when there's no waves, we're skateboarding downhill, doing bottom turns, top turns, mimicking things, 360s as much as we can. But what else? We're also doing strength and conditioning.
We're always at the gym. Or,
there's no waves right now.
At home. No, there's no waves. There's supposed to be waves tomorrow, but it goes from no waves to 7 foot waves.
Yes.
It's crazy. So we have to be prepared for that because it's like hurricane weather.
And if you're just staying at home, eating, waiting for the swell to come, when it comes, you're not gonna be in that tremendous shape. But if you have a swimming pool, an indoor swimming pool, outdoor swimming pool, you can swim. There's a bunch of workouts that you can do specifically for surfing that are gonna strengthen your back muscles and your core. And again, that's just swimming in itself. That's not even going to the gym and doing strength and conditioning specifically with some weights and stuff, maybe some kettlebell swings or endo boards, stability balls and everything like that.
Yeah, but what he was talking about, when the mental kicks in, you have to be ready. you really have to be ready. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of times that you have to really believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, then everything's gonna go wrong from there. But
Mental is huge.
Yeah.
For competition or not even in competition. So if you compete, yesterday, you need to start doing some mental training. Yesterday, you need to start, looking up as much information as you can on how to stay positive, how to believe you can, which is a lot of things we see that people are like, man, I can't catch those waves. No, you can't. Just by saying you can't, you can't. You just shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
You got to believe in yourself,
Yeah, I have a whole regimen of my mental training during and before and after the competition, just because if I don't believe in myself, I'm never going to win. So I really have to do that. But I think surfing really teaches you to be to respect the ocean a lot more, and to respect Mother Nature, and being as one with the ocean. I mean, I know that's huge for me.
It is. The whole plastic thing is going on too.
Yeah, the whole plastic
That's
thing, that in
respecting Mother
2050 or
Nature.
something like that, there's going to be more plastic than fish. I mean, that's insane.
Well, not only that, but just today I was reading the news, surf related, of course, and it was there was a blog post about a 40-foot whale that just died, beached itself from swallowing a 40 kilograms or something of plastic.
See, guys, so when you go to the beach, make sure you pick up your trash. And if you are not leaving trash behind, pick up somebody else's trash. I mean...
It's not your job by any means.
Not at all, but, if you want to help the world and you want to live longer and surf all these places, because there's a place somewhere by Indonesia that you can't even surf anymore, and it's a perfect wave.
Because all the plastic.
Because all the plastic.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, and that's not cool at all. So.
No, but all this too is going to bring the community together.
100%. Surfing is a huge family all around the world, whether you're from Australia or...
Well, you're originally not from the U.S.
I am not. I'm from Reunion Island, and when I moved to Australia, I was into this surf team, and it was a huge family. It was like I was living with them my entire life. I wasn't. I just moved there.
Right.
But it's really cool, because even here, our community is huge, and we all support each other. We just had the single fin showdown. And it's amazing to see how the
single fin shootout?
No, it's not.
I always say the wrong
With
name.
the single fin showdown in Stuart, Florida, it's a benefit for Brooke Thabit, and we all get together as a surf community and raise money for her, which is huge. I mean,
yeah, she was in an accident years ago, jumped off a dock, I believe.
Yeah, 7 years
ago. A little
ago.
shallow, and she's actually, if I'm not mistaken, is like an ambassador for Red Bull. They take her skydiving.
Yeah, they take her skydiving, and then they do the race. I'm not sure what it's called.
Yeah, and it's pretty awesome because people haven't even heard of her, and they come from different states just for this single fin competition and longboard competition to donate the money. Raise the money, because the money you're putting in for the event goes towards her.
And it's amazing. I mean, she's a great person.
Yeah.
But it's so cool to see how the surf community gets together, and we're one huge, big family.
That's right.
That is the best part about surfing. No matter where you go, you're part of this family, but then you also have to respect others when you're not in your local spot.
And that's what I was gonna say there. When you travel to Costa Rica, Brazil, Reunion Island, whatever it may be, respect that place, right? If you're walking down the beach and you're eating your sandwich and you're drinking your thing, and then you just throw the garbage on the floor,
I'm sure one of the locals is gonna call you out.
If they're a decent human being, they're gonna call you out, And it goes the same thing when you're in the water, when you're surfing with them. If you actually paddled and you did your surf training and you got to the lineup and you didn't gas out, is having respect for the locals that are there. If you show respect to them, chances are you're gonna catch a lot more waves than if you just go in, butt in, and start cutting people off, snaking them, taking their waves.
You need to wait your turn. 100%. That has happened to me in Panama. Nobody would let me catch waves, and I finally caught a wave, and I showed them what I was capable of, and then they were like, oh, okay, we can let that girl surf. But other than that, they're not going to let you catch a wave. I mean, the beginner spot, they let you, because most of them are the travelers, but if you're a little bit more advanced, and if you go to these event spots and it's very local, you just have to be careful your way around. Some spots, people even say to not even go surf, which is crazy.
It all depends too. Yeah, if you know a local, or if you're paddling out with somebody, that's gonna make it easier.
100%.
If you travel somewhere you don't know anybody, you can hire a surf guide, and
That's
most of the time,
very helpful.
yeah, they'll paddle out with you, and that makes it really real helpful because they already come in speaking the language, saying what's up to everybody that's on the lineup, and here you are trailing with them, and they're like, hey, this guy's with me.
Yep.
And they completely understand because it's also tourism, and we bring money to other countries that need it,
100%. So, just make sure you respect others, wait for your turn. But even if you're a local too, you need to welcome other people. I don't think it's really fair for those locals that don't want anybody else. I mean, the ocean is free to everybody, so.
Yeah. Well, what happens is that they end up hurting their local town and their economy because if you have a bad experience, bad news travels way faster than good news. So something bad happens, you're gonna hear that story. Hey man, I went to, let's make something up, Stewart Beach, Florida, and those guys over there keyed my car, slashed my tire. Hey, guess what? Probably not gonna wanna have so many people coming to Stewart. Anytime I say, hey, I was gonna travel to surf at Stewart, they're gonna go, no. Don't go there, those guys are bad. And guess what's gonna hurt? The local surf shop's gonna get hurt. The local pantry's gonna get hurt. Their Publix, their economy is gonna hurt from the little bits and pieces. Not necessarily they're gonna close down.
Since surfing is a big family, a big community, just welcome each other, respect each other.
Yes.
Follow the surf etiquette, that's really huge. But just have fun, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we're stoked. We're stoked to go. If any of you guys want to go, come with us. We're going August 30th through the 2nd. It's only 3 days. September 2nd, short days, but they're 3 full days. And basically, we're going to be doing some strength and conditioning training. Always a surf session.
Always.
And then the next day, we'll probably do some like dynamic stretches and stuff like that. Maybe some yoga style moves for surfing. And then we're surfing again.
We're going to try to do at least one waterfall, but if you want to come, make sure you post it in the comments below, and then we'll message you.
We'll message you. We have all the pricing we got. I mean, you could stay somewhere else, but we're trying to get everybody to stay together. That way we just build that community.
Yeah.
There's a strength in numbers. It's always good to come in with 10, 15 people than by yourself, which 100%. We've done many times.
Yeah, so he said the word stoked, right? I mean, what's that really mean?
Happy.
That's like a surfing term.
Yeah, it's definitely a surfing term. You're happy. You're like, woo! This just happened.
You're catching that one wave, and it was amazing. You're like, I'm so stoked.
Yeah, you're in the moment. It was awesome. It was epic.
Yeah.
Pretty much, stoked just uses it all.
Yeah, we do. We use that word a lot. If you hear a lot of surfers, they use stoked for everything. Every time they're happy and they're excited about something, they're stoked. And being in the moment is another huge one. If you're dreaming about something else while you're surfing, and there's this one wave that comes but you're dreaming about something else, you're not going to be in that exact moment of catching that wave,
Probably surfing is really not your passion so much. If you're sitting there and you're thinking about like furnitures or
Well, I've had times that
or
I'm
anything
surfing
else.
and I'm thinking about another surf spot.
Well, that's a different story. You're still in the surf mood, like, this spot's not going off as I wanted to, or maybe, hey, it's a little heavy for me right now. Then maybe you're thinking about another surf spot. That's not a problem at all.
Yeah, but just have fun out there. And if you're starting out, it's really just picking up that board and try to start with a longboard first and go out there and have fun. I mean, that's all I can say. Don't get frustrated. If you're getting frustrated, just get out of the water because it's not supposed to be a frustrating sport.
No. Talk to your, local shaper, your local surf shop, and find out the right board for you. We have a whole blog post on just surfboards. If you're starting out, what you should be picking. You should not be surfing what McFanning is surfing. You should not be surfing with Julian Wilson is surfing. You should not be surfing when any of these guys are surfing if you're starting out. A bigger, wider, longer board is going to help you catch more waves, is going to help you be more stable, and you're just going to be a lot more stoked.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which, again, we're super stoked to be here, to have this opportunity to do this with you guys. We're so happy that this is our first podcast episode, also our first live show, and our goal is to be here every Tuesday between 10 to 11 at any of this time, just because sometimes we'll have technical difficulties and we'll start a little bit after 10. But, we want to thank you for watching this. If you're watching it now, give us some good thumbs up, some hearts, some smiley faces, and share as much as possible. Excuse me. We have a fan page too that you can go. Give us a thumbs up there too. like us, follow us. Let's build a good, strong community, help beginners and intermediate surfers find their way.
100%. Make sure you subscribe to our channel because we have plenty of stuff out there, free content that you guys can start using and learning all about surfing. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, especially for the episodes will be coming out on there too.
Yeah, and if you want to build a better body, from the ground up for surfing specifically, you can join our private Facebook group as well, which is Surf Ranks, and we'll have a link there too for you guys to check it out as well. Okay?
Yeah, 100%. Well, that concludes our first episode. Thank you so much for this day, and
if you get a chance, go shred because
we don't.
It's raining and stormy and horrible outside.
Yeah, but maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
So we'll see you guys in the lineup.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.